Thank you. My name is Shobha and I'm from Crawley, the UK. And I'm also a co-op business owner. It's my pleasure to introduce Paul Angus, who is the first person to pack in his job in 7 weeks. And he is going to show us how to do this. So please welcome Paul. Thank you, Paul. Over to you.
Let's get my camera on. Thank you very much, Shobha. That was lovely. That's Shobha's first time tonight, so we're quietly giving her a big hand tonight. That's absolutely fantastic. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all around the world. And I've had a quick look down the panel, and I can see that we've got people from all around the world. They're from the United States, Canada, Australia. Hello, Mary and Robert. You're wide awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. We really appreciate that. That's absolutely fantastic. You know, there's Erin and Robert Armstrong from the UK. There's people everywhere. John Bones, Sarah, I've seen you all, and Dwayne Murdoch from the States. Hi, Dwayne. He's a new guy too. It's really, really busy in this business, and it's my privilege to give you an overview about what you can see. If you're a guest here tonight, what's in it for you? And if you're a new member, what's in store for you just a few weeks ahead of you? So as Shobha said, my name is Paul Angus. I'm based in the UK. I used to have a job until I started this. And 3 months ago, I didn't even know about co-op business membership. I wasn't quite sure what it was. And thanks to a lovely chap who's on this call tonight, Dennis Owens, he's been my friend for many years. And Dennis is a very young 90-year-old, you know, so this business opportunity appeals to absolutely everyone from students to young seniors. But Dennis showed me this, and when I looked at it, it didn't take long for it to really sink in how simple this is. In my 40 years of doing part-time home-based businesses, I've been forever looking at different things to give me my time freedom back. And sometimes it has, you know, over the years I've had good times and I've gone full time. But it's taken me 6 months, a year, sometimes 2 years to be able to go full time in something, a home-based business, and not have to work. And then other things happen. Companies might disappear, stop paying us, whatever reason it is, and I'm back in the job world again. And that's how I found myself 7 years ago. So for the last 7 years, I've been doing something that's really uncomfortable for me, and that's a job, because everyone that knows me knows that I'm a business person. But when I came across Co-op Business, I gave myself actually a 90-day target to be able to go full time. And you'll see how it's so simple to go full time. But it didn't take me 90 days. It actually took me 6 weeks. So I was really pleased with that. But why is it possible for people like me that have jobs, people like you that have jobs, to go from part-time to full-time in a matter of weeks and months and not years? It's because this is a 21st century income model. It's not like anything else out there. It's not a network marketing business or an MLM. It's something so different. And that's what I'm really going to show you tonight. You can be a global business owner. This business will provide you with everything you need to be a global business owner. And give me the next slide, please. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Appreciate that. Now, what this company gives you in some of the product ranges you might have just read there, it'll give you a business academy. Now, your co-op business membership provides you with essential 21st century tools, digital assets. We live in a digital age now, don't we? We live in a global village. Things are just changing. But we've got essential products and services for you that's going to help you thrive in business, not just survive in business. That's the main thing with this. So the co-op membership allows you to thrive. Next, please. One of our first products that we have as we join our business is called an NFT. Now, many of you have probably seen these online and you've seen them on the internet. Well, what's an NFT? For us, it's our digital real estate. That's the easiest way that I've always described it. The world is changing, the world's digital. So it's our real estate. It's a value of, it's a store of value, if you will, that's on the blockchain. So it's your business on the blockchain. And the blockchain, as you're probably aware of, is a very, very safe, secure thing. So it's a business asset that you've got for joining this company. And over a period of time, when you're involved in co-op business membership, you'll find that that asset is going to grow. So like not just you in the business, the asset of the NFT is going to grow. But you'll see that over the next weeks and months. Next, please. We also have co-op bits. Well, what are co-op bits, Paul? You know, is it a little bit like Ethereum or Bitcoin? Yes, it is. It's a bit like that, but it's our own native token. And do you remember when the Bitcoin first came out all those years ago and said, oh, it was something worse than Harry Potter, wasn't it? Nobody really understood it. How could we have such a different currency? We're all used to our currency, but this was showing us a different way of operating. And you know, people got to hear about Bitcoin, and it was something like 9 cents when it started. Now, Bitcoin goes up and goes down like any other business. Don't stocks and shares go up and down? That's when people buy. You know, they sell when it's high and they buy when it's low. But I remember a friend of mine actually from Wales. He invested some money in Bitcoin a few years ago, and it made him $1.7 million. A large amount of money, but they said Bitcoin will never take off. Now, in central London, all of you have seen the black taxi. There are many black taxis that actually take cryptocurrency as payment rather than cash. So we're moving away from a cashless society into a token society, and co-op bits is our native token through our own ecosystem that's going to benefit you in the future. So again, that's going to be a variation in value. When you join our 2 income plans, you will have 100 co-op bits in one and 500 in the next. So it's something of great tangible value for you as you proceed with this business. Next slide, please. A wallet. This is something we really want. Is it just a wallet? Well, no, for us, it isn't just a wallet. It's our bank. We've actually created, the company has created our own decentralized digital wallet. What does that mean? When it's on the blockchain, what does decentralized mean? It means people can't tamper with it. Nobody can take your money out. It's yours. And it's a complete financial transaction solution for you. A lot of people come into this business and they place money into their co-op wallet, and that allows them to start this business. And once they've earning money in co-op wallet, they can use that money. Oh, by the way, what day is it today? Have a think. Someone's saying it's Thursday. No, it isn't. It's payday. In our business, every day is payday. Monday's payday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We don't have a day that's not a payday. And that payday goes straight into our digital wallet. And with that wallet, I say we can do transactions in with the wallet, we can transaction out with the wallet, we can make transactions within the wallet to other members around the world. And you can do that, say, for instance, I was thinking you're going to have your kids on board. They're going to looking for banker mum and dad, especially with the current crisis, financial crisis. If they want to go on holiday or something, they might only go for 2 weeks, but they'll say, can you send me a few extra dollars with your great new business? And you can send money to your family, friends, somebody you want to help with that. So our ecosystem wallet is very, very secure. And when you're coming into a business like Co-op Business Membership, you want something where you're going to earn some really good money, and you'll see in a few short slides. But when you've got that money, you want to take that money out. Other products that we've got is the Co-op Entrepreneurial Business Academy. Now, as you can imagine, you've seen it over the last 2 to 5 years with what's happened with, with the COVID and that sort of thing. Home learning, homeschooling is absolutely huge. And also other people, someone I used to work for, I got made redundant from a company about 3 years ago, and I was there for 3 years. And my boss actually took his son out of school and went home learning, and he paid for several courses. And I believe, I think his lad Liam's only about 16 now. He's still paying for those courses, but he wanted him at home, and he found that being at home with an academy type course that we've got here, he learned a lot more. That young lad of 16, actually, I'm saying Graham's still a friend of mine, he speaks something like 9 or 10 languages fluently, mainly because he got courses like this. So we have the academy, which provides Co-op business members with business, financial, crypto literacy courses and a blueprint for your success. This is something you can access through what we call a back office. I like to call it a members area if you're new. And as and when you want to improve and advance your knowledge about how you're going to spend this money in the future. And I'm telling you, you're going to spend this money. Next slide, please. Tools to help your business grow. We provide you with the essential tools for your business to grow that generate what we call a predictable, ongoing passive income. We call it a pop income. And the popcorn income, it could be a pop income, certainly is that. It's predictable. Because if you're coming into a company like Coopbusiness, you want something to say, well, I'm going to start very slow. Most people do. Will you be surprised? In the first week, 2 weeks, it can go quicker than you think. For me, 6 weeks later, I was handed in my notice. I never thought that was possible. That's the speed that this can go if you want it. But that predictable income, whatever you earned this month, let's say it was 500 or 1,000 or even 5,000, you've been in a little while now, you know you're going to have that money next month and more. Why? Because more people are joining our membership system. We have a system that pays you immediately. In the job world, we're all used to waiting 31 days, 28 days till the end of the month. And there's always too much month at the end of the money, isn't there? Always. And how long does your salary last? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? And you're thinking, another week, can I get paid again? You're counting the days down. People used to live quite freely, but now they live month to month. That's the way the system works. You'll have a personalized digital wallet I've just told you about. Only you can get the access money from there. You'll have a personalized website for you, looking absolutely fabulous. You'll have video tutorials. You can withdraw your money daily. If you've got whatever amount of money in there, there's no restrictions, by the way, on what you can take out. We've got various marketing tools actually still being produced right now. New tools, videos, and you'll have support. You'll have support from the company. You'll have support from people like myself that do this. I say full-time, it's part-time for me. I left a full-time job for a part-time career working from home, and I absolutely love it. And you'll get for support from the person that's introduced you here tonight. So, you know, the tools that you need to help this grow are literally at your fingertips. Next slide, please. The co-op membership options. It's a nice, simple option. It's not complicated at all, this business. Here you can look at two options. We have the elite option and we have the mogul option. Now, what I'm going to show you in the income side of it, which we've been asked by lots of people, can we see the big money, please? Can we see what's really available? We call it a combo pack. But in our business, to be a global business owner, it's just $1 a day, $1 a day, 80 pence if you're in the UK, to run your business. Now, there might be people out there thinking, do you know what, Paul? I've got so many things coming out of my bank on a direct debit, standing all the bases. Can I really manage another $28 a month? Well, here's the good thing. You won't do, because when you just get a small handful of friends that you're going to show this business to, it actually becomes self-funding. My business actually becomes self-funding on day 3. So it didn't even take 28 days. It was day 3 and it became that. And the other option also is the mogul. Now, mogul sounds big, doesn't it? Well, it is. It's $10 a day, but that's actually 10 times the income that you can make with the elite system. Now, if you look at both those figures, $1 a day and $10 a day, what would $1 a day buy you if you went to work, for instance? Wouldn't buy you a coffee, might get you a weak tea. What would $10 a day buy you? It might buy you lunch and a coffee or something. But it's not a lot, is it, to actually run your business? And as I said, you would register, and then within, I think, a very short period of time, the other friends that are going to join you in this business make the whole thing self-funding. So it's not something that you're going to have to look at, oh, that's going to be an added expense later. But what we're going to look at here is combining the two, the elite and the mogul system, which is what I did. I joined with the first system, and then with a very short period of time, I upgraded myself to the mogul system, and those two incomes together allowed me to quit my job in a matter of weeks. So if I can have the next slide, please. Co-op business affiliates, they earn a predictable ongoing income by participating in our affiliate program. And I say participating because we do have a system where you can join this business free of charge to test it. It's a case of try before you buy. And that works really well too. I've actually just got a lady on board, literally in the last couple of days. Her name's Shona. Hi, Shona. And she responded to something I put on Facebook. And we talked about the business. We had a little video call like I'm doing now, little chat. And she said, I really like the look of this. And you're not pushy about me with money or anything else. No, no, no. Why don't you just have a free account to start? And she did. She got a free account 2 days ago. And then she started putting her own adverts on Facebook. And I was blown away because they're little videos she's put on there. And then somebody started to ask Shona, can I have a look at this? So she answered, she messaged me and said, can I send them your video? Of course you can. And she had a gentleman join. It's in day 2. She's got her first person. Other people are now asking her. Now, when she looks like she's going to join fully tomorrow, she's going to become an affiliate tomorrow. So therefore, she's actually joining the elite section tomorrow. So she tried it for 2 days. She liked what she saw. She had a result in 2 days, and somebody's joining her. So Shona tomorrow is going to join this as an elite member. And then because she's an affiliate, she can start to earn a pop income. And that's going to pay for itself over the next weeks and months, but that will help her to cover all her expenses, any debts that she might have, any big ideas, because a lot of people come into this business with the idea of, well, if I had some money, there's something I'd like to do. There's something I'd like to fund. There's a charity I want to help out. I'd like to pay for our childcare, which is ridiculously high, isn't it? So this is ideal to actually fund your life. And that's what it's done for me. It now pays for my house, my car, my insurance, my Sky, everything else. You know, it covers that in a matter of weeks. And that's what it can do for you. Next slide, please. Here's the man behind this. This is our mission statement. David T. Rosen quickly wanted to produce something. I say quickly, he's done this over the last 22 years, but he wanted to put together co-op business model, the co-op business membership service, to put this together, which is a sustainable income, to quickly create hundreds of millions of sustainable incomes, earning globally around the world, because he's not just looking to help us make a part-time or a full-time income. He wants to end poverty this decade. Because you look at it where we are now, we're in 2023. We're still watching television programs and documentaries about people that don't even have any clean water. You know, we go back a few years with Bob Geldof, with Band-Aid. What difference did that really make? Yes, it made a difference, but what's happened since? We have other things, so Red Nose Day, we do that every year. We seem to do things every year to try and help out. Well, what if we did something every day to try and help out? That's the whole point of co-op business membership system. It's a cooperative membership system where we all do a little, but we all gain a lot. Next slide, please. Now, his background, when I looked at this just a few weeks ago, I got the chance to speak to David Rosen. We had a video call, myself, Dennis, my friend, Paddy McGuigan, and we had a video call with him. And he just told us everything about his past, what he'd done, what his future was. And it was really intriguing to get all those answers from somebody. But just look at his background. In 1985, he created something called the WOW card. Now, the WOW card is a loyalty card. I'll just grab one here. And we've all got loyalty cards that in our pockets or purses or wallets that we're given by different companies all the time. Now, in that time, 1985, David made that globally. Now, today, that produces something in the region of $52 trillion a year. And we now take it for granted that we've got loyalty cards. We've got something that's a discount or something. Now, I went recently, I was out with my good friend Dennis Owens and Andy, and we were out and about, and my friend Bob. And during that day, we went for a course on something. When we came out, we went for lunch. And when the lady gave us the bill, she gave us one of these. And it was a little loyalty token. It was a discount. And I said, look at that. We've just been handed a loyalty card. So it's something that was produced back then, and it's still huge today. In 1995, David created the WOW shopping mall. It was the first world's online shopping mall. What about 1,000 shops online? Look what we've got today. Every commercial you see on television is another shopping mall. You don't have to go shopping. You can just do it all online. I like a combination of the two. I'm an unusual man. I quite like shopping. I don't care if it's food, clothes, household items. I love it. I like the experience. But I like the experience of the online shopping too. So David created that. And in 2001, David created the 5-Star Exchange. It was the world's first crowdfunding platform. So if you look at all those three things, he created the loyalty card, massive, still here today. He created online shopping, still here today. You can go into any school, primary school around the world, and ask children, what's crowdfunding? Do you know what it does? And those little mites will say, yeah, I know what it does. It helps people. It was designed to help people, and it does, doesn't it? From anything from raising some money to help someone get over a flood or a disaster to electing somebody as president or something like that, which has been done. So this is a man with a past track record. So you're looking at co-op business today. Can you imagine what your future is going to be? Because David predicts that co-op business membership is going to be larger than every single one of those. Next slide, please. Now, generating a great pop income, it's really, really simple. You're doing two doable things. The first thing is you become an active affiliate. What does that mean, an active affiliate in the co-op business? You're going to join. So if you join, you'll get involved in the dollar a day, the $28. It actually costs $38. It's probably a next slide, but I'll go into that in a second. It's just $38, £32 in the UK to become an active member. And then you complete the next step. The second step is personally register, invite, share 3 or more active members anywhere in the world to do the same, to come and share this success with you, to come and get involved in the co-op business, cooperative membership business. It's one of the easiest things I've ever been in. Now, most people do these 2 steps within 7 days. I think I did mine in about 2 or 3, but most do it in 7 days. And look at Shona, the lady I've just got involved, lives a little bit further north than me. Within 2 days, she's got the first one. I haven't spoken to her today yet. She's probably got a second one. So like me, first 2 or 3 days, she's got her first 3 people. Now, 3 people is all you need in this business. Most people bring more than 3 and they invite more than 3, but 3 will make you incredibly successful. Next slide, please. We have a ladder of success, a stepping stone. If you look at this, we actually have 10 income stages. Now, over the last 2 years, and that job that I've just left, we hadn't had a pay rise in 2 years. Think about yourself. When was the last time you had a pay rise? Was it in the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? If you've got your own business, when's the last time you give yourself an increase? When's the last time you went on holiday? A lot of people in business don't even get time to go on holiday because they're too busy running their business, trying to put some more cash flow back into the business. And that's one of the biggest things, biggest issues in business today is cash flow. No one has enough money to keep things going. But if you look at that sliding scale there, it starts off with 3 GBOs. They're global business owners, people just like you and I who are part-time. And then those 3 will share this with 3 of their friends. It goes to 9, 27, 81. And if you look at the top there, it says 88,572 business centers. A business center is a person like you. You're a business center, you're a business entity. You're saying, I don't know 88,000 people, Paul. I might know 200 or 300. Well, your Facebook says you've got 1,200, so you know them, but you don't have to know 88,572 people. Every time we share this good idea with somebody anywhere around the world, because we are global, they are going to do the same. Everyone shares a good idea. And we receive royalties on every one of these people around the world every 28 days, which it doesn't mean to say, oh, if today is the 20th, 22nd, I've got to wait another 28 days before I get paid. It doesn't work like that. We actually get paid daily. So as people come on, every 28 days is a Tuesday or a Friday or a Saturday. And that's why I said earlier, what day is it today? It's payday. For people in our business, it's payday. But look at how those numbers grow. It's a little bit like doubling a penny for 31 days. If you doubled a penny, you get 2 pence, 4 pence, 8, 16, 32. It doesn't seem like it's jumping much, but you look what happens after the 243. That's just a few weeks ahead. Look what happens, 729. See how it jumps up to over 2,000. What is everyone doing? 2 simple, doable things. They register, the same as I did, same as you are, and they share this with 2 or 3 people. Next slide, please. The co-op business is the world's first cooperative income system. And I say income system, this is what we want to produce with this company. We're going to have a whole host of different products and services that we can use. There's lots more to come. And obviously David and I and a few of the other leaders talk about this all the time. But what's the biggest problem in the world at the moment? It's money, it's finances. Even today, I don't really watch the news much because it's full of bad news. But what did it tell me today? It said that mortgage rates have gone up by 4 times. There was a lady on the news that Shoba, who you met earlier, she watched this lady and she said at the moment, her mortgage is $500 a month. You think, well, that's okay, that's manageable out of most people's finances. And it said because of the increase, it's going to go up to $1,200 a month. How do you cover that? It's ridiculous. Childcare is also increasing. Childcare has been more expensive than a mortgage for quite a while now. Charities that we wanted to support, we used to support, we can't pay them anymore because there's a lack of money. Food's gone up by 30%. Isn't that ridiculous? Fuel went right up and it's gone down again. So that's given us a little bit of a respite. But bank rates are going up. Now, what's the other thing that people forget about? Besides your kids, what is it you love? Your pets, right? When you look at that video that Shona's been doing over the last two days, she's out with a dog. She said, I'm living my best life. I'm now involved in co-op business. I'm going to be doing this all the time. And we love our pets. But when something goes wrong, the vet's bills are absolutely astronomical. Now, if you have a pet that's been ill before, sometimes you can't get insurance. It's a little bit like if you've had a heart attack before. You see how much your life insurance is now. It all goes up, doesn't it? You get penalized for not being well. Now, with the co-op income model, all these things that are all increasing, that are going to affect you, are no longer going to affect you. This is going to be your recession-proof business. Next slide, please. Look at the other businesses that are cooperatives. We're a cooperative. We're a lot of people doing a little thing. But everyone knows Uber is the largest taxi company around the world, and it doesn't own a single taxi. It's individual people who want to get into business with their own tools, and they are supplied that work by somebody else. Look at Airbnb. It's exactly the same. The largest vacation rental company in the world doesn't own a single room. I used to live in Spain, literally 20 feet from the sea. I used my apartment, even when I was living there, to do Airbnb. People say, I love where you live. This is fantastic. And if you've got a nice location, that's another additional income. It was for me at the time. And look at Alibaba, the world's largest goods and services provider, and yet they don't own a single product. So the idea of a cooperatives is getting larger and larger and larger, servicing, giving people what they need at a very good price. Next slide, please. Thank you. The cooperative is our 21st century largest generating income model in the world. This is what this is going to be. It isn't just going to be a part-time income. It's going to be known as the company that produces the largest incomes in the world. And when I show you the incomes that are coming up quite soon, you'll understand. There are not many business opportunities that will actually show you how you are going to become a millionaire in a business like this. This is one that's going to do that. And it says co-op business doesn't employ anybody. Now, it doesn't employ anybody, in different countries, but it obviously has its own staff. David's got his staff, he's got his techie staff, he's got his support staff. What he means there is he doesn't have to employ 1,000 people. It's a handful of people. Why is that? Because we've got artificial intelligence. Everything's what they call machine learning, automated. Many of our things that we do are automated. So it's a very simple business cooperative model that runs for the 21st century and runs for you. Next slide, please. The keys to global adaptation is, I would say David has realized the solutions to creating a global sustainable business. It has to be three things. It has to be affordable, which it really is. I mean, there are two different options. A lot of people are coming in for the combination at the moment because that's still very affordable. It's got to be easy to understand. If you haven't got to jump through hoops and loops to do this, you think, actually, that's really simple. If it wasn't simple, how could people get 2 or 3 or 4 of their friends in the first 2 or 3 days, like we have? But it has to also be hugely rewarding. If it isn't going to pay you enough, would you give it your time? That's a serious question. You cannot be looking at anything that's going to take up any of your time if it doesn't pay you enough, because we already have jobs and businesses that don't pay enough. Why would we want to go and do that again? Now, here in co-op business, it's going to be hugely rewarding, even from the get-go. Next slide, please. We each reach three as in to earn a great, predictable, ongoing income. In co-op business, the collective approach leads to an abundance of royalties. We get royalty payments, say, every 28 days, just by completing 2 simple steps. 1, we join the business. 2, we share the idea with 3 people like us or more that want to get extra income. We all need extra income. The days of us thinking it won't happen to me are gone, aren't they? They really are. Even if we think we're quite safe because we've got a reasonably good job and we've got some credit card balances left. Everything is going up so much around us, mortgage rates. It's out of our control. So we want to be debt-free, stress-free, and financially free. Here with Co-op Business, you can be. Next slide. Here's our income slide. Let me show you this one. Let me explain how this is going to work for you. On here, I'm assuming that you're going to start at the combo pack. Let's say you did start at the combo pack. Let's say you started where I am now. Many people do, even from day one, which means you have the elite program and you have the mogul program. Now, on the left there, you'll see you receive. Next to it, it says your team members receive, which means the members that you invite. And it says their members, what they receive. So initially, sorry, you can go back. If 3 of your friends anywhere around the world joined you at the same level as I did here, which is actually $318, it's around about £255. Now, to get into a business that's going to pay you the kind of money that this is going to pay you, £255, $318, it's actually very realistic. But, you know, you don't have to start at that level. You could start at $38, which is about 32. But for this exercise, we'd like to show you where the real money is, because that's what you want to earn, a replaceable income, the same as I did. So you've got your 3, you've got $388. Well, that's more than it cost you to get set up, which is $318. Your friends come on board, do the same. Look what they earn. They earn $388. You've now gone up to $517. Quite a nice pay rise. They show it to 3 of their friends anywhere around the world. Could be via Facebook, could be a telephone call. They've got 388, 517. You've now gone over 1,000. You've gone from 3 figures to 4 figures. Now let's just look at these as if they're in 7 days. I did it in 7 days. Shona, it looks like she's doing it in 7 days. She only spoke to me 3 days, 2 or 3 days ago. That's how people perceive this. They pick it up very, very quickly. Let's look at the next one. It goes up from 1,000 to 2,008. When was the last time we had a pay rise like that? But look at everyone behind you. This isn't a system where only people who are really clever, that have a big list, that know lots of people, because they always win, because they're known for winning. It isn't that kind of system at all. It's an incredible system purely produced for co-op business, where everyone's going to earn the same amount. And if you look at those figures, they're not figures out of the air. They're actually figures that have been produced, tested by AI. Artificial intelligence said, this will work, no question about it. But look at that figure, 2,838. Even if you change that into euros or pounds, many people aren't even earning that as a full-time income. Let's look what happens next. Everyone's getting a pay rise. Another 3 people come on board. Now, have you got another 3 people? You might have, but you didn't need to. Because in our business, if you introduce 3 or more people and they do the same, so 3 has 9, you're done, which sounds crazy, doesn't it? In other companies that are out there, the qualification for you to get an ongoing predictable income is so high and so hard, it isn't really achievable. All of this is achievable. And many of us are actually doing this right now. So look at the people that were following in the days and weeks ahead. Imagine jumping up to 6,000 a month. These figures, by the way, are not one-offs. They're not like small lottery wins. This is, because it's a subscription-based business, this is every 28 days. So the $1 I spoke about and the $10 I spoke about, those are subscription payments. This is a cooperative membership system. And because all members pay the $1 and the $10, if that's what they want, together, every time a new member comes on board, out of that money, 10 people get paid, not just 1. Now, in other businesses I've been in the past, if I introduced some people, just I got paid. Nobody else above me or below me did. In this business, it doesn't work like that. When someone becomes a member in our cooperative and they get this membership that we have, 10 people get paid. Look what happens next. 19,000. It's looking good, isn't it? What would you spend that on? A nice holiday? Look at next. These are like days and weeks ahead. This isn't timed by 28 days. This could actually happen within days. It's up to you how quick you talk to your friends about this. Somebody's come on board further down, got 388. You're now at 46,000. Look what's next. 118. A lot of people have always imagined earning a 6-figure income. I remember years ago, I used to earn 10, 12, 14,000 a year. And that's all I ever earned, because I pigeonholed myself in those type of industries. And then I met someone in a home-based business that was earning 10,000 a month when I was earning 10,000 a year back then. And I think, I wonder if I could do a six-figure income. And I've done several six-figure incomes over the years. But when you get there, you realize this wasn't that hard. Why was this easy? It's all to do with leverage. It's lots of people doing little things. It was a cooperative, but it wasn't put across as a cooperative membership like we are today. It was put across as network marketing and MLM, and it looked quite difficult. And in many cases it was. But this isn't a network marketing or an MLM system. It's a cooperative membership system. It's much easier. Look what happens next after you jump to 118. It jumps to 500,000. What's happened with that row of people? What did they really do? They shared it with 3 or more of their friends. Not 30, not 300, just 3. And everyone shares in the cooperative income system. Everyone's following behind. Now you jump from 500,000, look at that when the next level fills. Level 9 and 10, do you remember that sliding scope that I showed you, that little slope? Level 9 and 10 is when it really doubles. And it's the same way if you doubled a penny for 31 days. It happens on day 21, 2, 3, 4. It just absolutely colossal. What are we really doing here? Look what's happening there. We are just building our membership base. As more and more members come on board, and they do, I'm actually getting paid now several weeks later from people I don't even know in South Africa, Papua New Guinea, Canada, America, Europe. I haven't met a lot of these people, but I get paid on them on a regular basis. So as the membership grows, your business gets more and more and more secure. There isn't anyone going to take this money off you. It goes in your wallet. You can access it whenever you like. And if you think $1.9 million is good at every 28 days, look what's going to happen next. Wow, can you imagine that? You've won the lottery. You won the lottery on the last slide. But if you look at that, $10.7 million, that can't be possible. But it is. Why? Because it's just a membership. It's just a membership. Let's just think back of social media. We go on social media every day, don't we? You look back when, say, Facebook first started. He wanted to get a membership base where people all over the world would go on that platform every day. People laughed at him. Everyone lives on Facebook. Look at Instagram, Twitter, all those things. Do you know what it is? It's a membership. Membership works. Guess what else works? Subscription. People often say, but Paul, how can this possibly sustain itself? Will the money keep going or will it stop? No, it won't stop. Why would it stop? You're paying a subscription of $1 a day and $10 a day. You're going to be paying $11 a day quite soon because you want the bigger money. I want the bigger money. I couldn't go back down again. No way. But do you know what? I don't pay that money anymore. It comes out of my commission. Why? From my subscription. But look at that. You're on 10.5 million over. Look what happens to your teammates next. They hit the 10.5 million. Look what happens to their friends next. Absolutely. Who's going to have a good Christmas? Who's going to celebrate? Who's going to go on holiday? Who's not going to worry about their mortgage rates? Who's not going to worry about interest rates, cat bills, vet bills, horse bills? If you haven't got a horse, go get one. Think about it. You can have anything you like now. Think about everything you like. This year's changing for me. I love it in the UK where I'm living, but I'm already planning to have a house in Greece, another one in New Zealand, and probably one in where was it? Italy, you know. And 3 months ago, I couldn't have even thought about that. Now that I can see it actually happening to me, it isn't theory anymore. It's happening. I don't go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore like I did several weeks ago to drive a van delivering bread. You know, people said, "Oh, you're just a van driver." I was never a van driver, but I could drive a van. But I'm not a business person, but I'm business minded. And I bet you're just like me. You might not be a business person, but you're business minded. You want something that's a little bit better than what you got now. There might not be anything wrong with what you got now. It just doesn't pay enough, does it? So imagine if you can get something on a part-time basis. If you like, the person that introduced you tonight could set you up today with a free account, like I did with Shona, and she can have a play around. But do you know what? Shona said, "Oh, I'll probably join at the end of the week." That very night, I got an email to say, "Ready to get started." That wasn't anything to do with me saying, "This is really good." It was something that she saw and she could see, this is really good. If you look at other people out there, there's John Bone. I know you're on tonight. Hi, John. John Bone's on, Sarah's on, all these people I'm getting to meet. I say Dennis Owens, Dwayne Murdoch's on. I had a chat with Dwayne last week, you know, and Mary Bruce in Australia and Robert, who will wake at 2:30 in the morning. Thank you, guys. You're just the best. Now, my few short weeks down the road has produced amazing memberships around the world. There's a friend of mine, Andy Bottrell. Hello, Andy. Andy started a few weeks ago, and he joined one of my friends called Marina Fabit, who was in South Africa. Now, Andy's here in the UK, Marina's in South Africa, but because of that, because Andy did that and joined, he introduced Erin and her husband Robert, who introduced Shoba, who you saw here tonight, who's introduced this fabulous lady, who introduced lots of other people, who introduced John Bone, and there's Sarah here. There's lots more people that I've got in touch with. You're going to meet some fabulous people over the next weeks and days, and you'll see them all on video camera like we do. And they're just people that you didn't know a few weeks ago, but we've all got one thing in common. They want something. Who would have realized that a few weeks down the road, Andy Bottrell just getting involved with Marina in another country would produce all this, but it has. Now, imagine what's going to happen to you in the next 7 days. Think about the next 7 days. You're going to have 3 friends involved. Of course you are. We've got no end of tools. This video is going to be recorded. And if you want to show it, you say, well, here's a guy. He used to work for a living. He doesn't work anymore. He did presentation. Nothing special about him. He's not a business person, but he's business minded. And he wants to help you. We're here. We're all here to help you. So let's get busy with it. Because if you had the co-op business operation, what we call a membership, it's a cooperative membership. Is what this is. It's purely a business, co-op business, cooperative membership that gets you money to give you a much better life. Would you like to get busy with it? I'm sure you would. I'd like to hand you back to Shoba. Thank you very much. I think we've only done about 35 minutes tonight, so that wasn't too bad. And we still got a lot of people on. There you are, lovely lady. How are you? Doing great.
I'm fine, thank you. That was amazing, Paul.
Thank you.
That was really good.
And Shoba, you didn't tell everyone what you used to do when you had a job. What was your background? You
don't want to know. I've been in so many, failed network marketing, lost a lot, but hey, this one's
everyone's
good.
Done different things. But what I showed you tonight, what you've seen tonight, I started at the higher level, the combo level, you know, which was the 318. But you can get in where you fit in. You can actually start for $38, which is £32 or 35 euros. You can actually start, like a lot of people do, for free. You test it out. Isn't it nice that there's different things that you can get involved in? And it means you can get involved. It's absolutely superb. A lot of people start that. As it, Nazim, yeah, hi, he starts at 38, little things come up on the screen. But it's affordable. I said, didn't I say it was affordable? Isn't it easy? Can you do it? Of course you can. So I'll leave it to you to call us out. There's a Q&A that you might want to mention on a certain date, and the next presentation, which is going to be next week after our fabulous weekend.
Thank you. Okay, folks, I hope you're all fired up and ready to follow Paul on his tried and tested footsteps. I would like to wish you all the very best in your co-op journey. Let's get busy. Over and out for me.